Bonjour, Rog fans. In today's Rog Music, we are asking the question, should I modify my guitar? Now, there are a lot of people who own guitars, obviously, and they reach this point where they think, I like my guitar's great, but it's not perfect. There's little tiny things I wish I could change, and they become insecure about doing it because they don't want to ruin the guitar. It's just a genuine, perfectly normal concern that through lack of knowledge and skill, they might break or irreparably damage their favourite guitar. But it still nags them. There's something about that guitar that just isn't quite right. And if they just did this or they just did that, they could change it. And another fear that comes in is the fear of resale value. Yeah. If I modify the guitar, will it make it worth less? And the Rog says this. When you're looking, if it's your favourite guitar, you shouldn't have bought the guitar because it was worth money. You shouldn't have bought the guitar because it was something precious that had to be kept in a box. You should have bought the guitar because you wanted to play the damn thing. And you wanted to play it. So modifying it, yeah, definitely go for it. Do it. Do it. Do it. And then Rog would say this. It doesn't matter what it is that you want to do. Usually people want to change the pickups. In the days when the Fender Mexico Strat was called that and it wasn't called the Player, I think it is now, people would, obviously you'd want to change all the hardware on that pile of crap, obviously. But occasionally, as with all cheap nasty guitars, you do get one that's very good. That's got, for some reason, the way the word resonates, it just feels great. Just the pickups are crap and the pots are shockingly low quality. And you think, well, if I could just change all that, maybe put the US stuff in, I'd have a great guitar, which you would. I say yeah. And the best way to learn these sort of things is to get yourself a second-hand rubbish guitar. You just buy a rubbish guitar. Like a rubbish Strat copy. A rubbish Strat copy is a great place to start because you've got 3 pickups and there's loads of different pots and stuff, and just take it to bits. Take it to bits and just write down where all the wires go from the pickups into the switch and where they go from the switch into the little pots, and which pots are volume and which pots are tone and which go to the output jack. And then you've got a schematic then for wiring. As the Rog knows from experience, you'll then find that when you go and buy a proper US switch, it's completely different and you haven't got a clue what's going on. But through science and through logic and persistence of simply, or just going to Fender's website, if you buy a Fender switch and get in the wiring diagram, you can wire it all together. It's not complicated. It's very simple. As long as you remember the 2 basic fundamentals of physics, that there is balance in the universe. For a positive, there is a negative. And negative or counter space is always ground. So always in your wiring diagram, you need to have the positive that links everything together, and then a negative that brings all the negative bits into one place. The common ground is known, usually the tone pot, and that there can even be a wire from that going to the body. Wires from trim cavities will go to that. So all the positives are all interlinked and all the negatives are all combined in one place, which then goes into the negative wire in the output jack and Bob's your uncle. It's simple. Roger's done lots and lots of modifications on guitar over the years. The Roger's reprofiled next to what Roger's recently learned isn't asymmetrical design, because the Roger doesn't like the fact that when Roger plays the guitar, there's a lot of wood here. It's pushing into the bottom of the fingers. Roger doesn't like that, so we'll sand it away. So the hand sucks in nicely, so this bit as it was, and it's just fun. I say buy an old second-hand guitar, £20-30, maybe go as far as £40-50, and just get at it. Just get at it. If you're thinking, I like my guitar, but the neck's a bit thick, get a cheap guitar with a similar neck from a music shop for almost no money, or second-hand from somewhere, and just get a sander and just sand the back of the neck off. It doesn't matter if it's 40-50 quid and you sand too much and the truss rod comes off. You've got to sand for a very long time to get through the truss rod an awful long time. So if you take 3mm of wood off the back of the neck or off the edge, your fingers are, you're not going to affect it at all in a million years. Same with fretwork. Roger taught himself fretwork. He's fret levelled, fret dressed guitars from £50 to £2,500. Certainly no expert, but I can do it competently. I did that because I bought a cheap neck and I just experimented on that. Roger even invented the half fretless neck, which was normal neck up to the 12th fret, and then from the 13th fret to the 22nd, the bottom three strings, 1, 2 and 3, the thinnest ones, had frets, and the bass strings had no frets. That was a cool design. It was useless, but it was a cool design. So yes, Roger says, yeah, modify your guitar. You'll learn more about the instrument, and you'll be closer to the instrument as well. It won't just simply be like watching Metallica play on stage and they just, oh, another guitar, next song, oh, another guitar, next song, oh, another guitar, and they just play it, give it to somebody else, they put strings on it, they clean it, they service it. No, it becomes part of you. You become warm with it a lot more, because not only do you make it sing, does it make you play, make you feel happy, you now know how to fine tune it, you now know how to fix that scratchy pot, you now know how to fix that dodgy jack socket. Loads of books, and YouTube is full of videos about it. So yeah, I'd say yeah, if you want to modify your guitar because you think it needs better pickups, it needs better this, that and the other, just do it. Get yourself confidence with a test guitar that it doesn't matter if it fails or not, or if it succeeds. Get your practice in with that, and then unleash yourself on your main guitar. Look at all the top guitarists like Steve Vai, Satriani and people like that. They've all got customised guitars. Yngwie Malmsteen customised his own guitars. Billy Sheehan famously customised his own basses, put scallops to the necks himself, and he's not a luthier. Brian May did a similar thing with his guitar and his amps. You don't need to be an electronics expert, you don't need to be a luthier, you just simply need to have the confidence in yourself to succeed and to simply try and do it. It'll either work or it won't work. And if you don't know a test guitar, it doesn't matter. And when you've got it right on the test guitar, you know it's going to work on your main guitar because you practiced it. Practice makes perfect. If you're trying to practice guitar wiring, get a piece of cardboard, a big thick piece of cardboard, cut 3 holes in it, stick the pots through from the bottom, yes, like that, the cardboard like that with the pot here, with the lugs, and then wire it. Yeah, just wire the pots together. Yeah, stick a big long stick and have the switch separately, so you can have the strings on the guitar with the pickups. The wires can come out from the cavity underneath, or if it's a scratch plate, you can have it under the scratch plate. Put them into the 5-way switch. Put longer wires to your cardboard template with the pots on, and practice soldering to get the wiring right. And then when you know it's right, then you wire your posh pots using the same template and stick them in your fancy guitar. It's not rocket science. It's one of those areas that people just shy away from. I know people who don't even change their own strings. I mean, that's insane. Why wouldn't you change your own strings? You can't break. The only thing you can break changing strings is the string. And that's if you're really, 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 really heavy-handed. And almost nobody is. So the Rod says this. You want to modify your guitar? Yeah, get a practice guitar. Do it. And you will just open a door to yourself of more expression than simply playing alone, because now you can play with timbres and textures and all sorts of lovely things by changing components, and you won't have a problem with it. And you'll get a guitar, you'll get a guitar that's worth £1,000, and you'll just change the pickups on it, or you'll just put a kill switch in it or something, and you won't have a problem. It's confidence. If you buy a guitar because it's worth money, then ask yourself the question, was it worth buying the guitar? Because you usually buy a guitar because you want to play it. If you're collecting the guitar, then you won't want to change it, then would you? Because it's a collector's instrument. So just go ahead, have fun, and remember, this isn't reality, it's YouTube.